Drake, you're behind this. You are behind this. We may not have evidence. You knew very well Rick Ross was performing in your country, Canada, headlining a music festival, and you sent goons. It's so evident when you look at it. It was a setup. I think we can all hear Drake's clock go tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, 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 like a horror movie. Drake better watch his back. After what happened last night, Drake needs to chill over there in Canada, because these streets in these United States, they're not looking good for him. You know, these rap battles, especially male rap battles, it's very rare that they go into booths, right? We just saw a battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, which is how it's supposed to happen. They went into booths, they did diss tracks, they entertained us, and in the process, they also made money, but they kept their lives and their teeth intact, right? And you know what? Kendrick might even win a Grammy for the diss tracks. And that is a win-win situation. Now, last night, things just took a bad turn, okay? Rick Ross was punched in the face by Drake's goons in Canada. And I tell you, Drake, stay over there, okay? So, Rick Ross was one of the performers in Vancouver, Canada, headlining a music festival by the name of Ignite Music Festival. And let me tell you, did it ignite? It caught fire and boom. There is a beef between Drake and Rick Ross, right? One of the songs played, Not Like Us. And you guys know this is a diss track towards Drake by Kendrick Lamar. We know Kendrick buried Drake, okay? Drake lost miserably when it came to that rap battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And from the way things are looking right now, it seems like Kendrick may have ended Drake's career as we knew it. Just last week, is it last week or so, Drake released a new song that entered the charts at 146. Listen, guys, 146. I'm like, okay, this is looking like the end of Drake. Because usually when Drake releases a new single, I mean, if it doesn't do well, at least it's in the top 20, top 30. It usually enters in the top 10. But number 146, I'm like, boy, you are finished. And boy, now you are done. Don't even go to Miami, okay? Because that is Rick Ross's territory. So anyway, like I was saying, before I'm going back and forth, like I was saying, so Rick is performing a song, the song, not a song, the song, Not Like Us, is played. Now, let's be honest. Rick Ross was trolling Drake, right? In his country, Canada. And then at the end of it, Rick Ross gets off stage, walking into the crowd with his crew. You see Rick Ross with a drink, talking to some of the fans there. Things are looking good. And the song Not Like Us is playing. Then suddenly you see this commotion, right? And then the next thing you kind of figure out there's an argument here. And then the next thing, boom. Yes, Rick is punched in the face. Somebody sucker punched Rick Ross, and then they start fighting. Drake's goons and Rick Ross and his crew. They're in this fight in the crowd, in the middle of people. Anyway, they quickly whisk Rick Ross. Well, they didn't whisk him, let's be honest. Rick Ross ran away. He was like this, scared for his life. I'm like, look at this gangster. He's always so gangster on Instagram, but when it comes to throwing punches, he's hiding behind his security. But I'm like, hey, maybe that's why he hires security. Things escalate. I mean, Rick Ross runs away. He did, with some of his security. And then one of the security, I guess he's meant to distract the people that wanted to go after Rick Ross. And to be quite honest, I was like this, like, oh my God, I thought we're gonna see a boom, 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 right? One of Rick Ross's security, they're pummeling him, like going at him, kicking him and everything. I was so terrified. And this was a big guy. He was right on the ground. 3-4 people are going at him. Eventually, somebody steps in, stops the fight. And as we know, Rick and his crew, they got on his private plane and flew back stateside, right? Back in Miami. Rick posted some videos like, nothing, it's not a big deal. It's like he's laughing off the entire incident. But we know he's embarrassed, right? Somebody just sucker punched you in the face and you are supposed to be Rick Ross, right? So even though Rick is pretending like this is nothing, and seeming like, I'm telling you, something is brewing. It's stewing. He's mad. He's marinating in that Florida heat, okay? And things are about to go sour for Drake. Now, of course, the biggest straw of all the rappers in the world, 50 Cent had to put in his 2 cents about this entire situation.
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I wanted to say to everyone, that I hope that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, That part where the young guy went he did this little move and got knocked out right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305.
For those that don't know, it may seem like he's siding with Drake. I really don't think so. It's because he and Rick Ross have a beef. So obviously he's clowning Rick Ross for running away. Like, dude, I thought you were a gangster. And when it came to throwing hands, you ran away when somebody punched your face. But I don't think he's really siding with Drake. And I really don't follow if there's any friendship between 50 Cent and Drake. All I see is trouble brewing for Drake. He needs to stay on the Canadian side over there, okay? For some time until the dust settles down. Especially that he just came off the beat down, booth-wise, music-wise, with Kendrick Lamar. He needs to let everything settle down. I mean, people are going at him on social media. He's trying every which way to revamp, recreate any angle he's trying to it be fashion. It's not working. They're not feeling Drake. In fact, most of these rappers, from what I see, they're not really feeling Drake. And he's just made matters worse to have his goons go at his enemy Rick Ross in a physical way. I mean, if they had even said something, maybe that would have been fine. But the fact that they laid hands on him, I don't see it for Drake. I just think it's become a very dangerous situation. And as we've seen with these male rappers, the thing about female rappers, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Lotto, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, they use songs, right? And that's the way you're supposed to do it. These rappers, it's almost every other month there's a rapper being killed. Just last week or so, we had that very skinny rapper with like thick dreadlocks. He just got killed. And he had been shot several times before. 50 Cent himself has survived being shot 9 times. We don't want to have another Tupac and Biggie situation. From the way things are, I don't think Rick Ross is the type to turn the other cheek. No. He's going to get his revenge. And it might not be good for Drake has a lot to lose. He has a little boy he has to raise, and he has a lot of money. Right now, he's losing money. He just needs to relax, okay? Even if he has homes in the United States, this may not be the time to be visiting them. But if you feel the itch to come to the United States, I say stay away from Florida. Don't even try it, because it may not be Rick there to get you. Just like Drake was not present when this was happening. His goons were. They knew very well. Drake, you're behind this. You are behind this. We may not have evidence. You knew very well. It was something public that one of your enemies, Rick Ross, was going to be performing in your country, Canada, headlining a music festival, and you sent goons. Okay? It's so evident when you look at it. As Rick Ross and his crew were walking through the crowd trying to exit, there was this block of these men in their way. It was a setup. It was a complete setup for Rick Ross. They were going to attack him whether he played Not Like Us or not. They were after Rick Ross, right? I'm just happy nobody lost their lives, but this is not looking good. So unfortunately, this is just the beginning. Drake, you're not that gangster. Don't let the rap fool you. You are not that gangster, okay? And don't be encouraged by 50 Cent, because he's not helping you. 50 is about his business and his money. That's it. He's not coming to stand with you. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this fight? I would have shown you, but I can't because, you know, and I stand with YouTube. It's no place to show violence, but it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's all over social media if you guys want to see it. Until the next one, don't forget to like, share, subscribe.